Do you also feel that Assassin's Creed is no more a grounded game and the impact of Templars on the series has changed completely? The recent Assassin's Creed games handle Templar mythology from a very different angle. Welcome back guys, and today we are going to discuss how Assassin's Creed RPGs have changed the Templar lore forever. The Templars and the Assassins have been locked in a shadow of war for the whole of Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed series. Be it recreation of Middle East, ancient Greece, the West Indies or Victorian London, the game shows an ongoing battle for the pieces of Eden. Since the first Assassin's Creed game released in 2007, the plot of AC games has been focused on this struggle, but recent entries have shifted the balance by relegating the threat of the Templars to more of a side note and changing their roles. The Templars believe that humans need to be managed in order to protect their best interests, and for the first few games this was a major focus of the game, while assassins fight for the free will of humans. This has been the main tug of war for Assassin's Creed classic games. In more recent entries, however, the Assassin's Creed lore has shifted to explore the history of the ancient Isu and embrace its more speculative elements. The Isu have always been pivotal to understanding the lore of the two organizations, but in recent entries, their relevancy has overshadowed that of the Templars and the Assassins. The Assassin's Creed games like Origins expanded upon the origins of the real Templars to capture their military and political powers. Many of the early Templar factions offered help alongside subjugations, such as the case with the mysterious Brothers of the Cross. Assassin's Creed Origins serves to tell the story of its formation, which predates the actual Knights Templar by nearly 2000 years. Now, instead of the Templars and Assassins, Origins introduced their respective predecessors, the Order of the Ancients and the Hidden Ones. Up until Assassin's Creed Origins, the franchise was more focused on insular stories of the Templars and the Assassin conflict as it played out in the past and current timeline. In Origins, Odyssey and Valhalla, the focus shifted to the Isu and their legacy, introducing a variety of new mechanics and characters that capitalized on this mythos. The issue with such a speculative shift is that the Templars no longer feel like such dire threat. The things didn't stop there, and Odyssey doubled down on the mythology. The first civilization and artifacts it possessed are at the forefront of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Not only does the game predate the Templars and Assassins, it isn't all that focused on their different philosophies. Instead, players are introduced to a different but still similar organization to fight against, and far more mythological encounters with mythological beings. With its focus on myth or the more grounded occultism of the traditional Templars, the game derives less from history and more from fantasy. This can be disappointing only in that the Templar Order was the first villain that fans encountered and grew accustomed to fighting. Those interested in the most science fiction elements will however be happy with Odyssey, as technically the oldest game in the series, with its setting being far enough down the timeline to feel completely disconnected from Ezio and his struggle against the Templars. The game can't help but introduce different villains. It's just that they aren't yet the Templars, and while they are guided by the same principles, their mission and members can feel different from the original Templar goals. And by the events of Valhalla, the Hidden Ones and the Order of the Ancients already have established footholds in the lore. In the modern timeline, there are characters like Basim, the lead in Assassin's Creed Mirage, who serves as sages and hold the memories of particular Isu, like Loki in case of Basim, reincarnated through the generations. These humans in possession of Icha's memories were first established in the lore back in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, but Edward Kenway's work with the Assassins against the Templars was still front and center. The struggle between the Templars and Assassins is now completely overshadowed by the Isu and their surviving artifact, especially as the game's open world elements makes finding these elements into viable main and side quests. Expanding the lore helped the Assassin's Creed franchise reinvent its formula and established new norms for gameplay and character customization. But the ultimate threat soon becomes centered on the potential destruction of the world, and this relegates the Templars and Assassins to footnotes in a cosmic struggle. Creating a compact but authentic fictional world is what helped Assassin's Creed to rise in popularity. Fans inclined to research beyond the basis of game and found many avenues to pursue, including featured historical events and cameos by famous figures. The Templars and the Assassins have woven such a deep narrative connection over the series' run that to push them aside can be a difficult change for longtime fans. By shifting the focus to mythology and the more speculative elements, Assassin's Creed games seem to have left their own origins behind. While the Templars remain enemies to the Assassins, their position in the current lore of the Assassin's Creed is precarious. For the future of the series, it might be worth renewing their relevancy by setting a game during the height of their influence, taking fans back to the days of the original trilogy. The Assassins and the Templars taking a backseat to bigger conflict deflates some of the tension, as it can feel less personal than it did in the previous games. But the future of Assassin's Creed is not set in stone, and fans could further see Templar lore altered and explored further down the line. And I would like to know what you personally think about it. Do tell me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe the channel. That would be all for the day. Thanks, and signing off, Game of X.